In this video, we'd like to share with you one of the most important and most powerful of the basic BodyTalk techniques, the Cortices brain balancing. This is the only one of the BodyTalk's basic techniques that is intended to be done as a standalone, meaning it can be done by itself as often as you want. You could even do it many times a week without any harm. Part of the reason why the Cortices brain balancing is so powerful is because the brain actually reflects everything that's going on in the entire body-mind, the entire state of balance. So every health issue, every state of dis-ease that you're experiencing is reflected in some way, shape, or form in the brain itself. So when we do the brain balancing, the Cortices technique, we're actually helping to improve the overall health of the entire body-mind simply by balancing the brain.
The Cortices technique gets its name from the lobes of the cerebral cortex, which is the outer layer of the brain. The cortex is divided into two hemispheres and different regions that we call lobes. Between the two hemispheres of the brain is a very important membrane called the corpus callosum. This is like a highway of information. This technique, the Cortices, helps us to improve communication and to improve the efficiency of the brain. There are so many benefits that come from this Cortices balance. Not only are we improving the function of the cortex, but we're influencing our emotional brain, often referred to as the limbic brain, as well as our ability to achieve and maintain homeostasis by improving the function of the reptilian brain. This also brings greater clarity of thought, relaxation, greater energy, the ability to perform tasks with more efficiency. So it's a great technique for academic performance, for example. Or even if we're having trouble sleeping, the Cortices balance can help to reduce internal stress within the brain and throughout the rest of the body. The hand positions of the Cortices technique are designed to help improve communication between the two hemispheres of the brain. There'll be approximately 5 hand positions, starting at the back and gradually moving forward. Of course, we'll be integrating tapping and breathing as we go. The last hand position will actually help to integrate communication between the temporal lobes of the cerebral cortex.
When it comes time to do the tapping in order to implement the balancing, remember you're going to tap on 3 main areas. You're going to tap on the head, on the chest, right over the breastbone, and then over the client's belly. It's important to keep in mind that when you tap on the head, that your fingers are spread out wide enough so that you're tapping over both sides of the head because you want to activate both hemispheres of the brain. And then you'll lightly tap on the chest and lightly tap on the belly. You can also, if necessary, tap over the middle of the client's back or over their lower back in order to implement the balancing for the heart brain and the gut brain respectively.
It's important to make sure that you use a full inhalation and exhalation over each area of tapping to help that individual brain integrate and assimilate the change. To implement the Cortices brain balancing technique, we'll first start with our hand placed at the base of the skull. We'll then engage the tapping by making sure to tap over both hemispheres of the brain while Ben takes a deep breath all the way in and all the way out. I'll then move to tap over the heart brain, just central to the sternum. Another deep breath in and out. And thirdly, we'll tap over the belly area to integrate or activate the enteric brain. The next hand position will move one hand width higher up the head. So where my thumb ended, my pinky will begin, and I'll place my hand to repeat the process. Tapping over the head, making sure to cover both hemispheres. Tapping over the heart, central sternum, and a deep breath in and out. And then over the belly. I then move my hand one hand width higher up to the top of the head. Now as I tap over the brain center, I can tap in front of my hand or even right over my own hand, just making sure that I cover both hemispheres. I tap over the heart center, another full deep breath, all the way in and all the way out. And finally, the gut brain, over the belly. I'm then moving my hand further to the frontal lobes of the brain, which come all the way to the forehead. And again, repeating that tapping process, making sure that my partner is breathing. Remember that you can also activate the heart brain and the gut brain by tapping at the back of the body if that's easier to access. Now finally, to integrate the temporal lobes of the cortex, I'm going to have Ben place his hands at the side of the head. The heels of the hands are at the temples. The fingers are reaching back, making sure that the fingers are closed. At this point in time, I'm going to tap over the head as Ben takes a deep breath in and out. And if it's easier for me to access the heart brain from the back, I can tap between his shoulder blades. And finally, once again, the gut brain can be accessed by tapping over the mid to lower back. And that completes the Cortices technique.